So yeah, hey guys, how are you all? I'm Bhushan and welcome back to BhushanDroid. In this video, we'll be talking about as what is the basic difference between a AMD and an Intel processor and which is the better for you all guys to be buying. So let's get started. So yeah, hey guys. So according to me, I think AMD based is very good. We'll discuss that in depth as we go further. Whether you're buying a laptop or maybe you're building a PC, AMD will be a good option for you all guys. AMD will provide you a good performance. So if you're buying a PC, you have a good option to go with AMD as compared to Intel because AMD are less costly whereas Intel are more cost. AMD laptops will cost you around 20,000, 30,000, 35,000 and all below that. And Intel will cost you around 40,000, 45,000, 80,000, 1 lakh and even more than that. Second factor that comes into picture is about the power consumption. And in case of AMD, power consumption is extremely high. Whereas in case of Intel, the power consumption is pretty much low. It's just the 50%. So you can imagine if you are going for power consumption, that is you're saving your battery life. You want the battery life to be more of your lappy. I would prefer for you Intel based, or if you're building a PC, maybe you don't worry about much about the electricity. Maybe a little bit will be increasing electricity, but that make up a big difference if you're building a PC out there. So in PC, AMD will be better. If you're planning to buy a lappy which will be 40,000, 45,000, 50, 60, 80, 1 lakh and even more than that, then you are supposed to go with a Intel based laptop because at that level Intel will be the one to provide you that kind of experience which you are desiring. Well, let's get on to very basic. Why do you want a laptop? Is it for your daily use or is it for your editing purposes or running your high-end softwares onto that? This is a very basic question that each individual needs to ask himself before buying any laptop or building a PC. That's the basic question actually. Because if you don't ask that to yourself, you're not gonna get that difference between like AMD and the Intel processor. Which one should you buy? Right? Both are extremely good. But if your budget is low and you are going with AMD, that's perfectly okay. If your budget is high, you have to go with Intel because the kind of performance that Intel will provide you at that level is really amazing as compared to AMD. So I would suggest you, if your budget is extreme high, that is somewhat like 40,000, 50, 60, go with Intel. If your budget is low, you want high performance, go with AMD. Consider this to be the AMD part and this to be the Intel part. Just like here. Okay, are you able to get the difference? So if you're buying the high-end model of AMD and you're buying the low-end model of Intel and you're combining both of them, you're not gonna reach anywhere. So you have to increase a lot to get that kind of experience and that kind of performance in your budget levels if you're buying an Intel lap. Whereas if your budget is low and you want a very good performance, you will get that good performance in around 30 to 35,000. You will get extreme good performance as compared to Intel at that. So always remember, if your budget is low, go with AMD. It's not like the AMD is not going to perform in video. What I said was, if you're performing a high-end gaming performance or maybe a high-end video editing work, then go with Intel. Or if you're not going to that, it's better to go with AMD. It's not gonna affect much. It's just gonna invest a lot of money in Intel, showing you all a much good performance. But if you're not gonna use that, it's the waste of your money. It'll be much better if you go on with AMD. According to my personal opinion, if you're using it for daily normal purposes, you should go on with AMD. If you're using it for very high-end purposes, then Intel is the option for you. Right there. So it basically depends on you know what you're choosing and what you're using it for. But do remember what you will be using the laptop for. What are you going to do with that? What will be your extreme works that you're gonna perform on that? So you need to take into consideration these things and then get your mind set up according to that way, whether you should be buying an AMD based or an Intel based, because there's a lot of confusion out there which one to buy. So if you have a lot of money and you want to just US, go for AMD. AMD is always good. If you're budget proof, you want to buy something budget and a good quality, AMD is the best option. AMD is the best option. I hope probably most of the things are clear. And if there is something that isn't yet clear, you can always comment in the comment section below, and I'll be giving you my reviews onto that. So that's the one-way interaction that we'll be having with each other. And the second thing, if you haven't yet subscribed to BhushanDroid, do subscribe to BhushanDroid because I'll be telling you all the techno savvy and the tech news which are going around us. So please subscribe and keep smiling.